Hello and welcome to my channel. This is the third video I'll be creating using papers from the paper share that I got from Stampin' Up. A paper share is a sampling of 6x6 sizes of some of the prettier papers that Stampin' Up has available. These particular papers came from the paper share for the 2017-2018 Occasions catalog. I've pulled out several papers out of that pack and I'm going to be demonstrating cards using those papers. This is two more of those papers. I'll link down below to the original video which shows the paper share. So these two pages are black and white, but I thought it would be really nice idea to do a little spotlight coloring in the flowers, and I'll go through and show you that. This is the card design that I came up with. It's very simple and it comes together really quickly, and I thought it was really elegant. I'm going to be doing the techniques of some paper punching and a little bit of very light watercoloring and fussy cutting out this design. So let me move this out of the way and show you the papers that I used to make this card and the rest of the supplies. The inks I'm using is going to be Versafine Onyx Black, Memento Summer Sky, and Memento Bamboo Leaves. I'll also be using the Pansy Punch from Stampin' Up, and I'll be using my watercolor shimmer paint. This is Yatsutomo. I got this from Amazon. I'm going to be using the Fisker's Make-A-Wish Quotes stamp set and the Mon Amour stamp set. This is Hampton Art. I'll be using the Flower Shop stamp set from Stampin' Up. I will also need a black Wink of Stella sparkle pen and some rhinestones. Alright, let me move this out of the way and start into how to make the card. Okay, let's do the stamping. I have my Misty tool and I've already put the stamp that I'm going to use on the door. I need to take out this black mat because this is a thick rubber stamp, and I'm going to ensure that the paper does not move. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of two-color stamping on this rose, but I'm definitely going to stamp the frame in black. So I'm going to start out with the lighter colors first, which is the summer sky. So I'm going to go all over the rose only with the summer sky. And transfer that. Okay. And there's a little bit of blue here, but it doesn't matter because the black is going to cover that up. I'll clean this off. And now I'm going to try to get the leaf area with the green. It's a little tricky to get this leaf in the center, but I'll try. All right. And I want to make sure that I didn't get any onto the rose area, so I'm going to clean that up gently. Let's see how it does. Pretty good, pretty good. And now I'm going to go over the frame area with the black. And I've noticed that this stamp has a little bit of an issue. There's a little deformation here. So when you ink it, it picks it up in the center. So I'm going to have to try and clean that up so that I don't accidentally transfer it to my paper. Try to be careful here. See how we did. Pretty good, pretty good. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's clean this up. I could have taken a sharp X-Acto knife and cut out the center of this stamp. It won't hurt it at all to do that. So if you ever have a stamp that you end up picking up a little bit of artifacts and things like that, consider just cutting it and trimming out the little parts that you don't need. Okay, I'm going to set that aside, and now I'm going to stamp the flowers, but the stamp has gotten away from me. Where'd I put it? All right, this Flower Shop and the Pansy stamp punch, it's a good idea to make a little mark on the bottom of the punch and a corresponding mark on the stamp to help you line it up when you are actually going to punch. I learned that trick from my Stampin' Up demonstrator, Francis Martin. Okay, and I've also have one on this side. So this way when I stamp it, it will be in orientation with how the punch is going to punch. I hope you understood that. That sounded kind of wordy when I said it. But here we go. Okay, I'm going to stamp it more toward the bottom so I won't have any problems clearing the punch. All right, clean this up real quick. Now I have one other, I forgot to do the wording here. So let me bring my Misty back and stamp that real quick. And that stamp is a photopolymer, so I need to bring the mat back in. So this almost fits, so I have to really be careful to get it lined up in there good. Okay, take that off. And I want this to be in green. Okay, I could have lined it up a little better, but it'll be fine. It's my mantra. It will be fine. Okay. All right. Now, the watercoloring. Before I do that, I'm going to take this micron pen and try to touch up this line a little bit to make it a little bit more solid. So hopefully my shaky hand will get it. So far so good. And you can do this anytime you get a little bit of break in a line stamp. No one will know that you did this. Well, of course you will know because you watched me. Okay, let me set up the watercoloring. Okay, first I have a piece of cardstock that I have laminated to give it a smooth cover, and I use this as a palette, and you can just wipe it off easily. So I'm going to take the ink and just press it right on here. There's the blue, and there's the green. And I'm just going to pick up the color that I need and drop it all over the flower. So I'm just mixing it with a little bit of water. This is a different kind of watercolor pencil, and it has water in it. And I'm going to just drop the color where I want it to be. And I'm going to focus on this corner of this one. And I'm going to pick this flower on this one. This is very simple. I'm probably not going to even need to slow this down because it's going to go so fast. I could go all over the entire flower, but I think just a little bit of spotlight of just one or two flowers I think will add a lot more effect. I'm being really careful not to put too much liquid on this paper because this is not watercolor paper. This is just regular paper. So it gives it more of a wash effect, I believe. Okay, and that's that. Now I have to get my paper towel back, which I don't have, to clear off the brush. You just run it and it cleans. I've shown how to use these watercolor pens a couple of times. Now the same thing with the green. And I think I'll get this one too. There. Okay. I think I'm going to give this a little bit of color before I come in with the what's the word? The pearlescent blue paint. I'm going to put a little bit of blue on here first to give it a base to work from, because those colors are translucent. Well, I might edit some of this out. I don't know. Do you think this video is going on too long? It kind of feels like it's going a little long. I don't know. Okay. Now, the same as before, I'm going to drop a little bit of water in this palette. That was too much. And then just smush it around to get it started. And get a good bit on the paintbrush, and then just go right over it. And this is really pearlescent. This is really pretty. I wish you could see it in real life, but alas. Okay, I think I need a little bit more water. Yeah, I'll speed this part up. Okay, so this just needs a few minutes to dry, or I could run over it with my heat tool and then move on to the next step. The rest of the card is just straight assembly, so I'm going to speed this up and play some music for you to enjoy. Only thing I'm going to do right here is fussy cut out this banner, and then I will punch out these stars, these flowers. All right, that's the finished card. I really like how it looks. I hope you agree with me, and I hope you will try this yourself. I would have preferred to have been a little bit more careful with the 2-color stamping here, but it's still, I think it was worth the effort, and I wish this was lined up a little better, but it's handmade. You make a few mistakes here and there. It's still a very fun thing to do and very much appreciated by whoever receives it. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'd like to thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I really appreciate all the support that I'm getting and all the positive comments. I'd like to thank my brother David for the music that I'm playing on my channels, and I hope you're enjoying it. And I hope that you will continue watching this series and some of my other videos on my channel. Take care and have a great day.